Hey everyone, and welcome to the 4th episode of Boost It or Bust It. My series is all about comparing the time it takes to level a fresh toon against the time it takes to farm gold to pay for a boost. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who watched my videos last week. If you missed any of them, I'll have a link at the end of this video. Before we jump into this week's updates, I want to take a moment to teach you something that's really helped me make large sums of gold. You need to look for simple tricks that earn gold that pay for your auctions in a week. Posting and reposting gets expensive, so it's good to have an easy way to help ensure you don't lose gold in the auction house. For me this week, it has been Mogoshon Vaults. In case some of you aren't aware of the farm, it involves jumping into the instance on 25-man heroic and killing a bunch of stone quillin up until the first boss. You then exit, reset the instance, rinse, and repeat. Here's a sneak peek of the tool I used to both calculate and visualize this farm. Stick around for the Spreadsheets section and I'll show you this tool. With that quick preview out of the way, let's get into the updates. For my boosted toon, I had a pretty good week of sales, with having sold a stack of laystone ore at 8,550 gold. I also sold the majority of my Spirits of Harmony farmed out of Mogoshon Vaults and various trade materials. I undertook a challenge put out by Reckles at WTBGold, and it netted me about 4k gold already. I ran 10 runs of Mana Tombs and ended up selling a piece of transmog called the Vindicator Tunic for about 1k. The extra money came from selling the mining I passively obtained during those runs. If you want to check out his farm, I put a link in the description. Thanks to Reckles for a great series on transmog. Lastly, I sold a honed stiletto out of Gnomeregan for 740 gold. Next week, I'll be shifting back to leveling Lothex and collecting current mats, but I made 23 gold this week, putting me at 54,654 gold. My playtime is now sitting at 1 day, 11 hours. Next, let's see how our Alliance Lothex busted it this week. With having dinged 60, the time had come for me to choose between BC or Wrath to level for the bracket of 60 to 80. I chose Wrath, and so far the levels have been coming easy. I gained 5 levels between 2 dungeon runs and a handful of quests in the Howling Fjord. I was a little bit unlucky and pulled 2 Utgard Keep runs while using the random dungeon feature, and therefore only benefited from quests once. For auctioning, I managed to sell Cobalt ore at a good price, and the following bracers for 840 gold. I've also been employing a common strategy for getting started on a new server. I bought a Stitch Pup for 66 gold on another server and resold it for 823 gold. That's over 12 times the value. Lastly, I sold a copper rod I bought off the vendor for 94 gold. It costs 1 silver, 24 copper to buy. Some people hate this method, but it works. What do you think? Have you done this sort of thing before? This is important if you're new to the game. Check Wowhead for where you can buy items before you buy them out of the AH. Overall this week, I made 2,500 gold in the AH, and that puts me at 12,878. I've played this guy for 1 day, 7 hours, 15 minutes. And now, on to my demo for the Spreadsheets. There are 5 things you should know that can impact the profits of this farm. What are the prices of the Spirits of Harmony on your server? On mine, they go for around 185 gold. So at an average of 5 per lockout, you can expect 925 plus gold. Ghost Iron lockboxes drop quite frequently and contain about 30 to 50 gold. If you don't have a max level rogue, you can open these with a rogue class trial on your server. The transmog that drops in here isn't really worth selling on the auction house. So if you vendor them, you're hoping for as many weapon drops as possible. There's a great drop called Stone Hearts, and they're worth about 7 gold a piece. You want to get as many of these as possible. Lastly, check the vendor Dankion Horde or Crystal for the Alliance located in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms at their respective bases. Your server may have better prices for other materials you can purchase with the Spirits of Harmony. So to start off, I built this sheet to allow new farms to be added in the future. If you have a go-to raw gold farm, let me know in the comments below. I'll add one farm to this each week. Let's start by just giving you a look at the sheet. Effectively, we've got two different farms that we're comparing here. One with the Spirits of Harmony being sold on the auction house, one without. So you can see the difference in raw gold accordingly, the difference in gold per hour accordingly. For each, it's about 10 minutes to run 10 runs of this, so that's what we're looking at. As well, what if you did it once per day for an entire month? Well, that would mean 71k, 43k if you didn't sell those Spirits of Harmony. And then, as you know, the series is all about what does it take to earn that gold back. And effectively, I could earn that gold back by doing 192 runs of this. So 192 lockouts of Mogashan vaults. I think I would be sick of killing Quillen by then. Overall, this farm is great and worthwhile for such a small time investment. It's hard to believe that doing this on one character every day for a month can guarantee 43k in raw gold and 71k if you sell the Spirits of Harmony. Remember, I used 113k gold as the price of one token. This may look really complicated, but effectively it's probably one of the simplest things that I've built from an Excel spreadsheet standpoint. You can see all of the different fields that are on the right hand side. There's really not very many, and this is what the actual Excel spreadsheet looks like. PowerBI is the tool that I've used, and it just allows you to visualize things a little bit nicer. Thanks for sticking around to the end of my video. Have a great week, and tune in next week for more Boost It or Bust It.